One time, Jesus was invited into the house of Pharisee for a meal. When he arrived, he noticed that all the people who were invited chose the best seats. In that time, the person who sat nearest the head of the table, nearest the host, was considered the most important. The host wanted the most important people near him. Jesus noticed that as people arrived, they hurried to be near the head of the table, in the most honored place. Jesus decided to tell a story to teach something. When you are invited somewhere, such as to a wedding, Jesus told them, don't hurry and try to sit down in the place of honor next to the host. If you do, you may find that you are not the most important guest. If a more important person comes, the person who invited you may have to say, I'm sorry, but will you move down to the other end of the table? This man is a special guest. It would then be very embarrassing having to move the lowest place at the end of the table. No, if you are invited, it is wiser to take the lowest place, the one that seems the least important. Then the person who invited you may say, Friend, I want you to move up higher. In this way, you will be honored in front of others. The person who makes himself important will be embraced, and the person who is humble will be made important. Then Jesus turned to the man who had invited him to dinner and said, When you have a dinner or party, don't invite your friends, your family, or your rich neighbors. Those people will only invite you back to their house, and then you will be even. When you have a dinner, call in the people that are poor, handicapped, crippled, and blind. Then you will have a blessing because you will be doing something friendly. You will be helping people who cannot pay you back. Then you will be repaid in heaven by God. In the New Testament, in the book of James, we are also taught to be friendly to all people, not just the rich or important people. The Bible teaches that if we have a rich man dressed in gold rings and fine clothing come into our congregation, and also a poor man dressed in shabby clothing, that we should not give special attention to the rich man. We should not say to the rich man, Come in, sit down in our best seat, and then say to the poor man, Why don't you sit over in the back corner? The book of James tells us that God has chosen poor people who loves Him to be rich in faith and to inherit a great reward in heaven. If they are special to God, we should also treat them with special love and honor. Sometimes, it is easier for us to try to be friends with those who already have friends. We tend to want to be with the most popular people, those who have beautiful clothes, and perhaps more money. The Bible shows we have a duty to be friendly to everyone. After all, the person who is poor, rich, and dirty needs your friendship as much as the happy, well-dressed person. We show the love of God to others when we are kind to them because we love them, not because they are well-dressed or because they are kind to us.